Hi there, it's Jessie here, and a big warm welcome to the channel. Thank you very much for being here. Bidoo boo, I'm in a good mood today. If anyone saw yesterday, cried a lot. I was so tired. This is what it's like when I'm tired. And also it's just all right to be very emotional some days. I think it's fine. I think we all have days like that. We might not all post them on the internet, but I honestly couldn't care less. I really couldn't. I don't, me, you know. I've started to get like every now and again I get somebody with like a bit of a neggy comment, right? There was one on a reel a few days ago, and it said something like, "Get a haircut and some sense," and I read it, and I'm not going to lie, it did affect me. I felt the sting. And I thought, okay, what do I do with this sting? Because, like, get a haircut, all right. I mean, people love to comment on my hair. Is that a thing for you? Is that like a female thing that we get? Like, people love to comment on the hair. Okay. And anyway, so I took the sting in, and I was like, what I realized I was doing is I was swirling this person's poison around my mouth. Like, it wasn't particularly pungent, but it was, I felt the sting. Okay, I felt it. So I was like, what do I do with this? I was just tasting it. And I was like, well, I don't agree with what they said, and I don't know this person, but I feel their sting, I feel their poison. And I thought, oh, I can transmute this. That person doesn't know how to transmute their poison, their hatred, their ugh. So they've obviously received it from somebody else, probably at some point, and now they don't know what to do with it. They don't know how to transmute it. So it's just like, put it on another person. And then I get it, and I'm like, okay, I can transmute this. It's all right. And it was very, very nice. And I actually commented back to them, like, thank you for the opportunity for me to taste a stranger's poison, because now I have the antidote. You're welcome. Anyway, it's very funny. And I got another one. And it's like building resilience. If anybody's like wants to put themselves out there online, you've got that urge, you've got that calling, but you're afraid of people's negativity. If you can trust in your own ability to transmute shadow and venom, whatever it is, you'll be fine. Okay. It doesn't happen straight away. Like, people love to support you on the way up, and then you get to a certain position, then people will try to bring you down. And so I'm experiencing it in little drips, like little drop, and it's great because I'm building up resilience. Maybe if someday in the future I'm getting a lot of it, it's like yeah, it will transmute without me even having to do anything. And some of them make me laugh. So anyway, just to share that little tidbit. Another thing that I've noticed my mind keeps trying to do at the moment, so I wonder if this is happening to any of you guys. My mind keeps trying to comprehend how many people there are on the earth. It's bizarre. I'm like walking around and I'm like, so many people. And like, so I take the same route to the gym every day on my bike, and we go past this, it's like a tourist attraction, let's say. It's like an old church museum. And there's always like hundreds of people outside in the queue. And every time I go past, I think they're different from all the people yesterday, these hundreds of people. And I'm like, God, there's so many people in the world. And it's incomprehensible for me. The billions, even in like, I'm in one place in the whole world, and every day I see 100 different people. What? And I tell myself, like, Jessie, it's incomprehensible. Don't even try. But my mind is constantly, it's trying to comprehend something that's incomprehensible. And I'm like, mind, give it a rest. And I'm just curious. Why my mind seeks to be able to comprehend something so vast. There are so many of us. And I think why I think about it is because I'm all for like awakening of the species, and I think it's happening very naturally. I believe it's happening. I see it happening. I see it happening in me and the people around me. And I'm like, okay, you know, because for me, I'm a bit impatient, and I would like everybody to be self-realized sooner rather than later, because it creates harmony. I think if we're all aware of the symbiotic nature of life, there will be much more harmony naturally. And so I'm a bit impatient with that process, and I think it's got something to do with why I'm trying to comprehend billions of us. And I really wonder, like, how we're doing as a collective, you know? Anyway, I'll just let that simmer until the thought stops appearing in my mind. So I said in the video yesterday that I'm psychic, and somebody commented, what do you claim to be psychic? What do your psychic abilities say about me? And I just wanted to comment on that. Like, it's not like being my experience of being psychic isn't that I know everything about everyone. It's like I'm given insight and information, I don't know where from, but things come into my mind, and then they end up being true. And there is a big discernment process in honing intuition and psychic abilities, because we're also very emotional, and we have projections, and we have belief systems that we color our perception. So it's a process. It's been a long process of me of discerning, okay, what is mine that I'm projecting out, and what's just coming in. And yeah, that's been a long old process for me. So if somebody says, what's your psychic interpretation about me? I don't know, because I haven't received that. I don't choose like what comes in. I could make something up, but that wouldn't be psychic. That'd just be my mind making something up. So this is my experience of being psychic. I'm not the all-knowing. I just am given insight sometimes, and I don't choose. So there's a little piece on that. Oh God, I feel quite out of breath. Am I breathing? You know, maybe you've heard this before, but I was listening to a speaker the other day. He's a psychotherapist and neuroscientist. And I think I mentioned this the other day. Such fantastic work. So using the help of AI, what they do is they like plug you in, and there's a screen in front of you, and the screen creates visuals and sounds based on your brain activity. So there's a video, and you see this man, and the more sort of anxious he gets, he first puts it on, and it's like this sound and these visuals, and then he gets a bit anxious, or something happens, and the pitch goes up, like, and the images get all a bit chaotic. And the purpose of this practice is so you have a visual and audio aid to mirror your brain activity. So the more that he did it, he was able to calm himself down and see and hear the results of that. So what they're doing in this clinic, it's called MU Labs, MU Labs. If you want to find out more, it's fantastic. So what they're doing with this as a form of therapy is recreating traumatic situations for people. It's obviously in a safe environment, and they hook people up to this brain. So when they are triggered by some kind of stimulus that reminds them of a memory in the past, they're able to consciously control their mind within that trigger. I hope I've done that justice in explaining it, because for me that's phenomenal to have that aid, you know, and to see like, oh, we do have control over how we respond to things. It's fucking awesome. Anyway, I'm telling you about him because he was talking, and maybe this is obvious, but it just struck a chord in me, where he was saying like our body functions unconsciously, right? We don't have to think about digestion. We don't have to think about it, just does it, right? Fucking awesome. But the breath and the lungs are the one organ that we actually have control over. And through the breath, actually, then you can sort of make contact with the other parts of your body and their functioning. I just think that's really cool. So I will leave that there. And I woke up very good. I went to the gym, and now, I don't know what happened, but about an hour ago, the energy, I think there's going to be a storm here, another storm. Can you imagine? But it's so heavy, the air. It's thick to walk in. It's like a swamp. Even to lift my arm feels like a lot of effort right now. So, you know what I do? When I want to know, like, what's the best, like, way to operate when the energies are thick and heavy, is I listen for the birds. If the birds are singing and flying around, I think, okay, maybe I should be singing and flying around. And if there's no bird sound, I'm like, maybe it's a time to rest. I always look to animals because they're very, very in tune with the natural rhythms of nature, and they don't think about it. They don't have a mind to overpass their natural instincts. So when it's like really rainy and cloudy and the dog's sleeping all day, I'm like, maybe I'll just take it easy today. Oh, I'm getting so many no's from my toes. So what's going on here? Maybe it's because I'm trying to show up like I know stuff. It's such a thing for me, this. It's such a fine line of like owning your experience and one's wisdom and sharing it, and then like not trying to be arrogant or position oneself as wise. And I haven't figured it out yet. It's such a fine line for me. Oh, do I tell you? No. Thank you. This is what I want to say. Thank you so much for all the support yesterday on my video where I'm crying. Everybody's comments touched me deeply. You know, everyone trying to help in their way, and it actually gave me a lot of comfort that people do want to help a random person on the internet, and in their own unique ways. Everyone's little taste of medicine. Everyone's medicine. And so I've always had a problem for some reason of like not liking people. I've for a long time never allowed myself to not like people. I don't know, maybe it was in my training as a young being on this planet, where I was sort of be nice and be kind and be considerate. So I always felt bad about not like, I couldn't even for many years accept that I didn't like people. I'd be like, I'd turn it in on me, like me. And I've realized like a way around it, even though it's totally fine to not like people, and it's totally fine if people don't like you. I understand that on an intellectual level, but like deeper, it's a little bit hard for me. I'm almost certain as well that this channel will be much more successful when I really overcome this, when I stop trying to please or stop trying to show up in a certain way and I'm just me. I think I'm going to reach a lot more people, but we're not there yet, and that's okay. That's all right. But one way, like a few months ago, I realized that maybe rather than saying I don't like that person, which is hard for me, it's like I don't need their medicine. Everyone has medicine. Everyone has their little flavor of medicine. And if I don't like somebody, it helps me to be like, well, I don't need their medicine. So just turn around and walk away. I don't need it. For now. Maybe I'll need it later, you know? And it's so cool, isn't it? Billions of us with medicine. Holy smokes. All right then. I'm going to leave it there because I'm honestly so heavy and I'm moving. I'm moving a lot today because I'm trying to not fall onto the floor like a bag of wet sand. But maybe that's exactly what I need to do. So I'm going to go do that now. I love you all. Thank you very, very much for all your little bits of medicine, even if sometimes it's poison. It's okay. Like the video if you liked it. Thoughts? Put them in the comments down below. And if you are completely new and you like this content and you want to see more, hit subscribe and we'll see you in the next video. Otherwise, have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful life. We got this.